Hello and welcome to Katrinas Creations. This is the Saturday edition. So first off, before we get started, I will tell you what I am wearing. This is actually the pattern for the flax light. I did not do the garter going down the sleeves. The flax light is a free pattern by Tin Can Knits, and it is long sleeved. However, I made it short sleeved. The yarn I'm using, it's actually two different yarns. It's a Lana Grossa, which was one of those blown webbing type of yarns that is variegated. And if you're looking at this and thinking it's yellow, it's not, it's actually orange. I have a lot of people make comments about they like the yellow sweater. It's actually orange. It kind of goes from this light color here, which is kind of like a creamsicle color, all the way to like orange like the fruit. So it is kind of vibrant. I will move this a little closer so you can see the beading. So it does have beading all the way across. And I forget, it's like 80 some beads if I remember rightly when I made this, which has been numerous years ago. But yeah, it's very comfortable. I love the yarn because it's a mix of bamboo and cotton. However, over the years, I've had this for quite a few years. It's actually a little short anymore. I guess it's shrunk a little. So unless I'm wearing something that's really high-waisted, I feel almost like I'm wearing a crop top. It's not quite that short. Wow, that's a loud bird. My door is open over here. And yeah, that was loud. But anyway, I have, like I said, unless I'm wearing a high-waisted skirt or pants with this, if I bend over you can see everything, so I keep pulling at it. Yeah, so apparently it's not shrunk this way, but it seems like lengthwise it's shrunk up a little bit because I haven't gotten bigger, so I'm not sure why it's doing that. But anyway, that's what I'm wearing. So I have a couple of finished objects this week. The first one, I finished my Situate Harbor tee. The original was done in 3/4 length sleeves with one of these lace panels running the length of the sleeve, and it also had it running it down the side. I didn't do that. I changed this to short sleeved, and I did change the bottom a little bit because I just felt like it needed something and I had the extra yarn to do it. So I actually did a old shale pattern. Now you may think this is fans and feathers or feather and fans. It's very, very similar, but old shale is I believe it's a 16 stitch repeat, where fans and feathers is a 14 stitch. They are slightly different, but they look a lot alike. But I haven't blocked this or anything, but I kind of like the way it's roughly on the bottom. So I will stick a clip in of me wearing it so you can see what it looks like. So here is the Situate Harbor, and it actually, I love how long it is right here. This is where I like it to fall, like at the top of my hips, but below my waistline, because it works well with skirts or with pants. You can see I got the little bit of frilliness. Now if I block this, I could pull this out a little bit, but to be honest, I think it kind of dresses it up. It really doesn't bother me any. And then the sleeves, of course, were 3/4 length. I made them down to short sleeves, and I'd said that it felt like it was heavy, but when I put it on now, it really doesn't feel as heavy as it does when I hold it. So yeah, sorry about the light going in and out. It's because of my front door back there. So anyway, this is what it looks like, and here's a close-up of what the neck looks like, and thankfully you cannot see through it, so I'm not going to have to line this, which is good, because as thick as this is, then it would be definitely too warm. But yeah, you can't see through it, so that is a plus. So yeah, I'm real happy with this one. So I will say that yarn, for it being cotton, is a little on the heavy side, so it might be a little warm to wear. But I had extra of that yarn left, and so I thought, well, I hate to throw out yarn, what can I do with it? And I found this really cute market bag pattern. It's a free tutorial on YouTube. It's by Maggie May Crochet. She does it in 3 different sizes. It's called the French Market Bag. And I made between the small and medium size, but here it is. It is super simple to do. It is a little easy as far as it's potato chippy. Once you understand what the pattern is, you can whip this thing out. I think I did this because it was my first time making it. I did it over 2 days. I probably spent about 5 hours doing it, but it doesn't look big, but it has a good bit of stretch. Even though this is cotton, it does have a good bit of stretch. So it's a decent sized market bag, and then it opens up like this. So yeah, I'm real happy with it. I like the shape of it. I think it's kind of cute. So I am going to be making several more of these from my leftover cotton to use for craft fairs. So I think it's a good way to use up some of my leftover cotton yarn. So that's market bag number 1. So those are the works that I have finished. Now we'll get to my works in progress. First I have my moss stitch blanket. I did not get as far this week because I was working frantically. Let me find where my marker is. Here it is. I was working frantically on the t-shirt or the tee to finish that up. So I only got a couple of rounds done here. I did measure it ahead of time, and the measurement on this is currently 32 inches wide by 34 inches long. So that's how big it is so far. So that's work in progress number 1. And then work in progress number 2, if you saw in yesterday's video, I had started with this yarn, which is called Beret Day. It was Hobby Lobby, and I ran out of the yarn, and so I bought some yarn to go with it. Here's what it looks like together. And I literally only have, I think I'm gonna get 2 to 3 more rows out of this. But here is, I can't hold the whole thing up here, but here's the general gist of what it looks like by adding that other color in. So, and it does blend very, very well. When I hold it up, I guess you can really see the greens, and it is a light sage green. Unfortunately, video and cameras don't do greens really well, but it is the same green. There, you can see it. It's the same green that is in here, almost identical. So I measured this one as well, and this is measuring 3 feet by 4 feet right now. And like I said, I've got probably another 2 to 3 rounds on this based on the yarn that I've got left. So that's what I've been working on. My next upcoming project for knitted tee is going to be another knitted tee because it's summertime. I'm not working on on winter sweaters right now. It's too hot. One of you, it is 80s Grandma, put in show and tell a couple weeks ago, and she's posted, she's made this sweater a couple times because I've seen this one before. It's called the Sweetwater Tee. It's by Asa Buchta. It is a free pattern. You can get it over on Ravelry. You can also get it over on Barocco's website. It is free. I'm going to insert a picture of 80s Grandma's version of it so you can see what it looks like. So I am going to be starting on that. I just think it looks like it's got a nice drape to it. It is a worsted weight tee, and I have some yarn upstairs I have planned to use with it. I'm not sure what the weight of that yarn is, so I'm not going to show it till I go upstairs and take a peek at it and see if I think it's going to work, but I think it would be really, really pretty. So you'll have to come back next Saturday to see if the particular yarn I have in mind worked out and what it looks like. So that's what I've been working on this week. What have you been working on? So as I mentioned earlier, I had a yarn haul yesterday. If you missed that video and you want to check it out, you can click the link right here. One of the yarns I bought, of course, was this sage color green from Hobby Lobby to, like I said, be able to finish this Afghan. But some of the other things that I showed in there is I also, knowing that I did not have enough of the Beret Day, which was the same kind of yarn, I bought a 4th skein of the I Love This yarn. This is called Surfs Up. So I have 4 skeins of this, and I actually have some light blue I might be adding to this to make it bigger. So we will see about that, but I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Because even 4 skeins I'm a little iffy about, but I do have some light blue color I can mix it. So I bought that. I also bought some things from Knit Picks. One of those was Knit Picks palette yarn. There you go. And this is their bear, so it is dyeable. I bought this to work with my Moss Stitch, the blue and white blanket, because I know I don't have enough of this. I bought 3 skeins of each of the colors of the blue, which are 231 yards for each skein. So I had like 693 of each of the colors except this. I only had 2 hand-rolled skeins because the original Knit Picks palette I bought was in this too. So I'm not sure how much white or off-white I started with, but I bought this to have extra. So I got that. And then, because I was already going to have to pay $6.99 shipping, I didn't want to spend as much on the yarn and the shipping, so I figured I might as well make it worth my while since it wasn't going to increase the shipping cost any. So I bought 2 more Brava yarns. This is 100% acrylic worsted weight. This is black. This one's called Gingerbread. There's 218 yards per skein, and what I'm going to be doing with this, I have this and I have some other yarns that did not sell in the yarn sale I did a little bit ago, and I'm going to make these into winter hats for craft fairs. That being said, I bought some things for the craft fair, and I'm looking to see where my one thing is. I bought a bag full of little pom-poms in different colors. They're not like large pom-poms, they're kind of medium size, and these are the type that hook on with an elastic. There's like an elastic band on them. So what I usually do with those is at the top of the hat, on the underside, I put a little button, pull this through and hook it, and then when you go to wash it, you just unhook it off of you just take the hat, or the pom-pom off of the hat, and then it's washable. But it's several shades of, looks like there's grays, blacks, there's a white in here. There's some brown. It looks like there's a couple of white, a couple of like fawn color, a couple of brown, and some black. So some neutral tones that I can put with the hats. The other thing I got to put on the hats, I haven't even opened it yet. I just think it makes them look a little more expensive or dressy. And that is these little faux, well, this one actually, it might be faux leather. I think it's faux leather. It just says made with love, and it has a little heart with a yarn skein, and then these get tabbed at the brim of the hat, and then it comes with some little rivets that you can rivet it onto the hat. So I did get that to go on these hats as well, just because I thought that would kind of dress them up a little bit. So we shall see, but that's the plan, is pom-poms and little leather straps. So this Friday's video, Dave and I get a subscription box. It comes in once every 3 months, so 4 times a year, and it's called Artza. It's not yarn related or anything. It actually comes from Israel, and they send it. It is like local, like small shops type of thing, like what would you call it, like mom and pop shops, that type of thing, to help support small businesses. So anyway, our latest box came in, so I will show you what is in that box. In the past, we've gotten some really neat things. We've gotten some kind of art things. I've gotten a pretty necklace. I mean, it's usually several things in a box. I've gotten a table runner, an apron, several different seasonings that have been fun to try. One of them I'm actually going to be making, I think, tonight. You use a cake mix and then you put like a couple of spoonfuls of this seasoning in it, and it's kind of a nut based, it kind of gives it a nutty flavor. It's really good. Kind of a cross between a spice cake and with nuts in it or something. It's really good. So we put it in, you just put it in a regular cake. And I tend to make it with no frosting. We just put a little powdered sugar on it and eat it like muffins. I don't make it as a cake, I make it as little muffins and stuff. So we have gotten some unique things to try. Some have been good, some have been like, not to our taste. So that'll be Friday's video, is I will be opening that and showing you what we got this time. So now it's time for, now enter Come and Get It section today. All of the links to these sales are listed down below in the description box. Just press that bold word more and it's all listed alphabetically. There's no coupon codes needed today for any of the sales. So the first one is probably the better of the bunch that I'm seeing, and that is Lion Brand. They are having right now a sale, 4 skeins of select yarn for $18.78. So that works out to less than $5 per skein of select yarn. I have not gone over personally and looked at it because right now I don't need any more yarn. Not that I needed the stuff I got, but yeah, I don't need any more yarn right now. But anyway, that is a sale that is running, and I think you can mix and match. You usually can mix and match. You don't have to buy 4 skeins of the same yarn. You can mix and match from their select yarns, and the discount goes on once you go in multiples of 4. So, you know, you could buy 2 of one, 2 of another, and then you're going to get that discount. So that ends on Monday, the 8th of June at 9 a.m. The next is Mary Maxim, and they have 30% off of their Big Twist Value Pound yarn. So it's like a huge skein of yarn, like bigger than my head. It's a pound of acrylic worsted weight yarn. It comes in quite a few colors. So that is over at Mary Maxim. Then we have Knit Picks. Now this sale also ends on Monday the 8th, but Knit Picks has 99 cents for their patterns, and if you choose a pattern book, it's 50% off. So if you're looking for some cheap patterns, other than me who goes for free patterns, but if you're looking for some cheap patterns or a cheap pattern book, that's over at Knit Picks, and again, that ends on Monday. And then last we have Lovecrafts, which is still running. They're up to 50% off in clearance. Now Knit Picks does have a large summer yarn sale coming up in a couple of weeks. Just to make you aware, it's going to start, I think it's the 16th. Pretty sure it's the 6th. It's the 15th or the 16th. I will let you know when I find more out about that sale, but I do know that there's a big yarn sale coming up. I don't know how much or percentages off or anything like that. I just know that it's coming up because as one of their affiliates, they give me a little heads up when there's things happening, but I don't know always all the details. So make sure you stay tuned for that so you can check out the sales over at Knit Picks. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again on Friday when you can check out what kind of goodies we got in our subscription box. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.